This is Yaul Raushan and this is the Can is Can podcast. On this series, we'll be shining light on the heart and soul of Singapore and Singaporeans, bringing you stories that embody the values of resilience and share the spirit of giving. From acts of kindness to stories of perseverance in the face of adversity, these stories will hopefully remind us of how our shared experiences and achievements unite us as one nation. And for the first episode, we'll be speaking to Mr. Koh Seng Choon, the founder and beating heart of Dignity Kitchen, and more recently, the 2024 Straits Times Singaporean of the Year. Just how did this boy of humble beginnings, the son of a seamstress and bus conductor, go from struggling to afford food to empowering and uplifting thousands around him? Well, we're about to find out. Seng Choon, a huge welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Let's start on the Singaporean of the Year award. Huge recognition for the work that you've put in, you've toiled. What was going through your mind the moment it was announced?
Actually, the first thing I announced, I was surprised. I didn't even prepare the script. And when I went up there, one of the people that gave me the prize was saying, "This is the highest honor for a Singaporean in Singapore. Congratulations." It never dawned on me that I'm just some neighborhood kid who just believe in what he's trying to do. To give you some background, I'm the youngest of 6. Mom is a seamstress, father, bus conductor, but unfortunately, when the OMO come in, one-man operation come in, they lost his job. So he sell plastic bags in Bukit Merah Market. And from there on, I studied in a school called Perseus School. Then I went to Bukit Merah Secondary School. Then I went to Queenstown Secondary. Then I went to Polytechnic. Like any normal kid. It's nothing fantastic, just normal kid. You went to Poly to do mechanical engineering. Then I wanted to study, but we are not very rich. I done my national service and I was working for Jurong Shipyard. And I realized you need a paper qualification. And I realized in order to go, at that time Polytechnic cannot go to university. So I asked my mama. So my mom and dad told me, if you really want to study, he said, yeah, can. You know what's Kwa Cha Pun? You know, the one they save money for their funeral. Right? So mom and dad put some money aside for themselves. And what happened was, he said, you go, just go and study. So I did. So I went to apply for Sheffield University. I went there to study. Then I was very fortunate. After that, I managed to get a scholarship. After that, I worked in a foundry. And that was the start of learning about society. UK is a very different society in terms of their social support and everything. So I went there, I worked in a foundry. I learned the color of your skin, right? They never call me Mr. Koh Seng Choon or whatever. It's either call you Bruce, no, at the time, Charlie Chan or Bruce Lee. I said, where's the all that? But it's okay. But there's something that I learned a lot in where respect has to be earned. And that is what I inculcate in all my people in now. You have to earn the respect. It's not given to you.
From being that boy in that foundry to where you are today, Singaporean of the Year 2024. Yeah. You talked about that word of being smart, having the gumption to see what is around you. Seeing it is one thing, bringing it back and acting on it is another thing, and that's where Dignity Kitchen comes in. Yeah. Can you talk to me about why you decided to collate all your experiences and put it together for the greater good?
It was something that happened in a place called Interlaken. I saw at that time a boy melt down and he was on the floor screaming, shouting. And I saw a society giving him ice cream, chocolate, everything. The same thing happened when I came back to Singapore. A meltdown in one of the shopping centre. And what I saw is very disturbing was I see people taking out handphone, take picture. And I asked them, who are you showing your video for? So there are many things that caused me to do what I do. And I realized something in Singapore is that, there's no beggars, there's no homeless people. And I realized it's so clean and so clinical. And the most important thing is I don't see disabled people in shopping centre. And that is the start of, I realized maybe I can do something. I went to find the answer. And in the course of finding the answer, I realized for a population of millions of people, everybody cannot be so nice, hunky-dory, so good one. They must be, right? Then I realized I want to do something called Dignity Day. One day a month, I said myself. At that time, I was working for a company called Coopers & Lybrand. And I got off day and all that. So I decided one day a month, I go and do something good. So I started with Spottiswoode Park. So I went up there and said, Uncle, Auntie, I bring you for a walk. I'll bring you for a tour. I started with 4, my mother and dad and my 4 or 5 people. I got a car. Then later, then become 40, 30, 40, 120. Wow, I got 3 buses full of people. Then what happened? We bring them to tour, everything. They are very nice one. And they really enjoy it. And I realized Singapore has an elderly issue, right? That was one of them. So as I go along, I realized, let's do something else. I walked into Kaki Bukit Remand Prison. There I saw kids doing O-level and all that sort of thing. So I went there and teach them. I teach only very short time only. Then the prison must have liked me very much. He said, can you go to Selarang Drug Rehabilitation Center? Then the mother of all prison came, Jani. I realized if you look beyond religion and politics, you see something called kindness. So I worked there for 6-7 years. Then after that, I want to do something more. And in 2006, I started the journey of Project Dignity. Why is it called Project Dignity? I'm an engineer by training. So everything is like project like that. No, there's a beginning, there's an end, there's deliverable, there's costing, there's time spent. So I thought, if I can take project one by one, it should be okay, right? If I fail, okay, one project failed. So I named it Project Dignity. But why dignity? The mission of Project Dignity is to build and return dignity to the disabled and disadvantaged through vocation with passion.
So Seng Choon, now that you've found your mission to provide dignity and care for the disabled, how did you go about connecting the dots in your aim to contribute to their well-being?
06, I got the idea. 07, I start looking for people. Never start your business looking for money and all that. You need to look for good people, people who can actually work with you. I got a good friend, Mr. Yeo. I asked him to come and join me together. We started the first hawker center, small one. Balestier Market, we went in, is a small shop. You know where Bontong Key, right? Yes. Next to that's a market.
Yes.
So we went there. I took the store, 200,000. Setting up a store in Singapore, hawker store is not that much money. But part of the money is to develop the training program. Now, let me explain the way I approach this. There are two things I need to explain. To help somebody, you need to skill them. Cooking is a skill. My parents always told me that, when you die, your knowledge die with you. Don't let it die. Give it away. So I decided, okay, good enough. So I spent 2 years writing kopi O, kopi C, kopi Kao, kopi Po, teh C, teh O. I realized nobody ever write hawker training program. And then we got WDA to approve it. I wrote 22 subjects altogether. And then from there on, we got it certified. It's the first hawker training program in the world. So we started a first store with one person and we teach a blind boy.
Wow.
You must bear in mind, this is an engineer doing social good. And it grow. More and more people, second store, third store. Because I realized the demand is there. So I moved to a second place. Then whenever you do well, rental goes up. So I really got limited fund. So I was working 5 jobs. I was working as a management consultant. I was working as a lecturer. I also do auditing for ISO. I also run Dignity Kitchen. So it was very tough in that sense. A lot of people don't understand that business, you must have income. Just to explain how our revenue. We have 5 revenue. You come and eat, I sell food, I do delivery, I organize event, I also rent out the space for function, and finally, I do training. So that was my 5 revenue. So at that time, I already break even already. And I moved to a third place. But to third place, I need to raise fund again. So it was quite tough. Let me tell you something about life. When you lose money, you got no friend. I was quite sad when I called people up. They put down the phone. Some of them give me a lecture. Hey, this is government job. Why are you going to do this? Another time, you're losing money. You still want to go and put in money. You don't understand till you actually, people you think will help you rejected you less. So that. So what happened was, I was quite sad because that's the time where I need to put a deposit for Serangoon. When you rent a place, you must put 3 months deposit.
Of course.
My mother died.
Gosh.
So my mother always tell me something like, when I was first starting Dignity Kitchen, right, at Balestier, she always called me, don't procrastinate. You want to do in Hokkien, so he said, go and do it if you want to do it. And as time goes by, every day she'll call me at 2 o'clock. Son, are you earning money?
Yeah.
So I tell mom, I just started how to make money.
Yeah.
Until one day she got dementia and she can't call me anymore. 2 o'clock exactly. She called 2 o'clock before she go for nap. So at that time, my mom died. My mom lent me some money. So I decided that, okay, mom give me some money. I put it in. I went to my sister and brother, borrow some money. I put it in. I put it all together, 300,000.
Wow.
And I set up Serangoon. Because I already got equipment already. Yeah. So I don't have to spend a lot of money buying equipment. And I started this. So I started the third one at Serangoon, and from there on, I stayed there for 6 years. I did a lot of things. At that time, I won the award for President Challenge Social Enterprise of the Year 2015, I think. Then I did quite well, and the demand increases. We done a lot of innovation there. Then we moved to the next one. At 2019, we realized I only got 40 staff in Serangoon now. But the number of people coming in, we need to expand because we have no choice. Your social enterprise must be sustainable, able to maintain itself is different. So I got 5 revenue. And you'd be surprised. During COVID, I actually profit because of a 5, I got delivery. So we deliver food, right? So always don't depend on one revenue. So when we moved to here, we got sponsor. And then from the sponsorship, we built Dignity Kitchen in Boon Keng Road, now where we are today. Now, during the expansion, there was another project. 2014, Hong Kong came. Hong Kong came to see us. Their efficiency unit, which is like their national product, whatever it is, came and see us and said, we'd like you to come over. So we came over. I visited. They gave me a site at Causeway Bay. Now, if you know what Causeway Bay is, prime property. So I went there and see. I like it. By that time was the fighting, the umbrella movement. So I told no, this is not my fight. I'm not going to come here and you guys have umbrella movement.
Get involved in this.
Yeah. So I came back. But I left something for them. You must understand, nothing in Dignity Kitchen curriculum, intellectual property are protected. So I give it to them. 2018, they came back and I registered the company in 2019. In June 2019, I started the project. June 2019 is the start of the social unrest in Hong Kong. We are at Shanghai Street. This is Nathan Road. Every time the fighting, the charging, the policeman, the riot is all here. And every time the fighting come in, the siren, the signal, wow, my people went bizarre.
Of course.
Oh, these are special needs. I standing there, I see the fire, I say, Hong Kong needs help. Then I tell myself, let's go home now. But somehow I sit, look at it, then I tell myself, why do you start Project Dignity in the first place? If you run, then myself don't do it. And for some strange reason, I just say, okay, let's try now. So I took my phone up. I called my manager. One by one, they fly in. So one do the HR system, one do the operation, one helped me to do design. All 5 of them. By November, we started the operation. And what happened? COVID-19. And for 3 years, we struggled through, but we did it.
Everything you've mentioned thus far in terms of your spirit to care and contribute is exactly why we've had you on for the first episode of this Can is Can series. You embody that spirit of resilience and wanting to push on for the greater good. Speaking of the greater good, I understand there is another underrepresented segment of the population that you've tried to help, mothers with disabled children. Please tell us more.
One thing about mother disabled child is that when a child is disabled, everybody help the child. In my opinion, no, you help the mother. Can you imagine a mother looking at a child who is challenged? It's very worrying. And imagine your family saying, why you give birth to a disabled child? The stigma is there. So when I started Dignity Mama, it's called Dignity Mama because of the mother, the woman, and the caregiver. It's a woman's project. So I started one. The first one is Kutik Pat. And now we got 5. Kutik Pat, NUH, Ng Tien Fong, Sengkang, and Tan Tock Seng. And it's helping the mother. And it's been running for 11 years now, creating jobs for 40 over in Singapore, 40 over in Hong Kong. We've done a lot. But the latest one was something I felt very close to. It's at Year Koh Seng and Ang Mo Kio. I realized there's another pool of people who are recovering from cancer. There are hundreds of thousands of these. Men will die of prostate cancer, women breast cancer. That's the incident. That's the cases. And the second group of people, which I felt very strongly, is actually people with mental health. Over the years, I realized mental is a very big issue. Depression, bipolar, and all that. And the third one that I'm trying to help is actually dementia, early dementia. There are cases of dementia that's 40 years old started. So these 3 persons become one. So they help each other. Yesterday somebody messaged me and said, how do you help people like that? I always try to tell them, you don't look at vertical. What I do is horizontal. That means I mix different disabled people together and they help each other. And you'll be surprised, mentally and psychologically, they want to help people. And that's how it works. So they have 3 persons running a pastry shop now in Year Koh Seng and another group helping Ang Mo Kio Police Station.
Wow, when you lay it out like that, it really does make it seem like empowering others, especially those inherently disadvantaged, is truly within our reach, so long as we put our mind to it. Now, Seng Choon, beyond everything you've done, what do you think we all can do better as a society to help the underprivileged?
Empathy is another issue we face. I remember when I first started, I get people to wear badges. I got the word blind, deaf, and one of them was the word mental. And one man was very mean. I says in Hokkien, what it means is that, how can you get a mental patient to cook? Don't you worry the mental patient put things inside? I told him at $2.50. You want to buy, you buy. Don't buy. Please don't say things like that. My man cried. I said, there's nothing to cry. Stop crying. And that's how I realized 2 weeks later, my staff said, boss, I can take out now. I took out. I realized don't brand them. So the lesson I learned is very important is that don't look at their disability. Look at their ability. And more important thing, if you help them, you're helping their family as well. If you go to hawker center in Singapore, I personally don't like uncle, auntie, 60, 70, 80 year cleaning, wiping table, cleaning your tray, washing the toilet. I don't think that's right. So I decided I went up to there. I started there are three types of people. The first type of people see it, right? They walk away, nothing to do with them. The second type, take a camera, take picture and put on Facebook or Instagram. We are the third time. We went up to auntie, uncle, and said, Uncle, auntie, I don't have money, but I promise you one hot meal every day. So every day we give out 100 meal box in Singapore, 80 in Hong Kong. And I take pride that maybe by today we've done over 1 million meal boxes. Wow. Another thing we do is, I attend a funeral where I see people, they don't have photograph, not nice photograph. So I came and I tell my staff, let's do this. So we bring them in, after karaoke, sing song for them, entertain them. We make up for them and we take a nice photograph for them. People should die with a nice photograph. And that is the greatest gift a human being can give to another human being. Seriously. And when they look at their face, they're so happy. We also do something quite unique. We go to the school, nearby school, and say, hey, guys, come and eat. So they come and, that means young and old, like an intergeneration thing. They come and eat together. I can tell you all these old people what they want. They only want something very simple. They want somebody to talk to.
On the topic of age, what's next for Dignity Kitchen and for you?
I'm 66 this year now. I want to be sure that hopefully the legacy, the good work of Dignity Kitchen can be carried on and expanded. So I'm very blessed. My son Christopher has agreed to help me out. In succession, there's two issues. One is management and one is stewardship. So stewardship is to do with the shareholding. Because I'm a private limited, I'm not a charity. And this is the true social enterprise. So what is a social enterprise? Social enterprise is actually a commercial entity with a social mission. That's all. So my social mission is to give back to society, right? So it came in, I solved the first part, but I still want to build a team for them. The second thing is stewardship. And I always want to do something that I don't think anybody has ever done. So one of the ideas I have is, all these 16, 17 years of doing this, I realized we're always looking for money. You go to government for grant, you go to foundation. Then I realized, where's the biggest pool of money? The stock exchange, the capital market. So the only way to do is to link them together. And how to link? Only way is the stock exchange. So the idea was to set up an IPO, a social enterprise. So IPO of a social enterprise is a possibility. The third thing I want to do is I want to tap and open the market for people like who do social good to tap on the capital market.
I never once looked at it that way in terms of tapping on the capital market for social good. Speaking of social good, in this landmark SG60 year, what is your one wish for your country and the people in Singapore?
Actually, this is a good question. My wish for Singaporeans is something what I started. Remember I told you about Dignity Day? It doesn't take, it's not to do with money or take one day called Dignity Day and do something. Let's say you like dogs and cats, right? There's SPCA, just walk in. You don't need to join association group or just go and do something, just one day. And if I can count one person, that's 12 Dignity Day a year. I can tell honestly, when you do your Dignity Day, you're not only doing good for others, you learn a bit about yourself. The second lesson I want to share with people is called birthday wish. The next time you guys look at the birthday cake, make that wish. I was brought up by my parents to say, okay, make a wish. Really? Make a wish? Because it's a selfish thing. It's about you. Because every time you look at the birthday cake, you're 1 year older. You understand? That's the reality. So I hope everybody make that wish, and hopefully that wish is about social good. So the third thing I want to share with people is that there are people who are less fortunate than us, disadvantaged, disabled. Don't look at their disability, look at their ability. And if we do that, I believe that maybe in this way we build a better society.
So one final question to wrap up. You mentioned earlier your upbringing, everything that shaped you to be Mr. Koh Seng Choon, the Singaporean of the Year 2024. Amidst all of it, you mentioned the part your parents had to play. You mentioned your mum passing and that money coming along to give you that vigor in the project, in the midst of the project when times were tough. If your mother were to call you at 2 p.m. today afternoon, what would you tell her and how proud do you think she'll be of you?
Can we don't do that? No, when I went up to the stage, the first thing that crossed my mind when I took the award, I said something like, I wish my mom and dad were here today to see this. My mom will be very proud of me. Dad will be very proud of me. I miss them. it's not about being proud or anything. It's the way I was brought up with value. And I hope my sharing today will share the value with parents out there, and hopefully we build a better society of people, Singaporean, who value not just themselves, but value the people who is next to them. Actually, one final people, other than my mom, that I want to thank out is my wife, who have actually been very supportive, and my two sons. Without them, I wouldn't have got this award, or any award for that matter. So I think the award is actually more for my wife.
Wow, what a beautiful way to end such a truly inspiring conversation. Seng Choon, thank you so much for sharing your incredible journey, one that centers around caring, connecting and contributing to the society, and one that culminated in your crowning as Singaporean of the Year. You truly embody the can is can spirit of resilience. Listeners, I hope Mr. Koh's journey is one that inspires you to rise to the challenges that life may throw at you and overcome it with a can is can mindset. Till the next episode, this is Yaul Raushan signing off.